today. You know what? I'm going to start even earlier. Ha! Hey, everybody. What's going on? I got lots to do. Lots to do. This is the office hours. Howdy, Clinton. Good to see you, Adam 12. I've got coffee. Tasty, instant mix coffee, Kona blend. 10% Kona coffee in the instant mix. I bought it at the ABC store. Okay, so I'm starting a little earlier today because I have to leave a little earlier today because we've got a place for 7 to stay when we're gone because we're going to be out of town for our anniversary, the weekend of September 20th. And so we have to go meet and greet. He's got to, meet the person and say like, yeah, they're cool. And that person goes, yep, he's cool. It's someone whose son has taken care of 7 before, but not her. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And I got to get out of here a little before 2:00 my time. So I figured, you know what? I'll just go ahead and get rolling. Clinton's got his Coke Zero. I got my coffee and I got stuff to do. What all do I have to do? I can't exercise. I have to exercise later. I will do that later. All right. I have my fantasy baseball thing to make. Maybe I'll do that towards the end of writing. Oh, Prep the Cord Killers lineup. I just recorded an interview with Peter Kiley, who's kind of the business guy at C-SPAN. That'll run on Saturday in the DTNS feed. Just talking about the streaming deal C-SPAN made with YouTube TV and Hulu Plus Live TV, and what's different about it, what's different about C-SPAN and carriage agreements and all that sort of thing. So really good interview. Had a good time talking to Peter. So what was that? Did you hear that? I don't think you could hear that. I don't know where that came from. I don't think it came from my Echo. That was weird. Something just made music, made beautiful music. Where's my phone? I left my phone in the other room. Well, it wouldn't have been that because I left it in the other room. Wait, unless I left it over there. Did I leave it over there? I don't know what's over there that could have made that noise. That's so weird. Anyway, phone's in the other room. I do need to check Cord Killers lineup. I don't think there's anything weird in the Cord Killers lineup that you can't see, but just in case, I always open it in a separate screen. Cord Killers. The rock we grew up with. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so if you've never done the office hours deal before, I generally just work on stuff. Oh, schedule change. Spread the word if anyone asks in the chat. But hey, Zoe, I made the executive decision today to keep Editor's Desk on Tuesday. I did it on Tuesday last week because there was a holiday on Monday, and I realized that will happen. And I don't want to have to constantly be like, well, this week the Editor's Desk on Tuesday because there's a holiday. So I'm just going to do Editor's Desk on Tuesday all the time, forever and ever. I said my phone's in the other room, but only one of them is. And I need to adjust the thermostat. So I will use the other phone. Oh, come on, other phone. There we go. That's the beauty of 2 phones. Why are all the Nest cams on? That's weird. It's not that hot today, but I'm just going to knock that down. It's getting a little stuffy in here. All right. So let's go to Feedly. Ooh, and can I present oh no, I have to stop the screen. I can't present 2 things. All right. Let's see. Anything I'll wipe out. If anybody wonders why I wipe out all the music stuff, it's mostly there for Brian and Eileen for daily music headlines. All right. Ooh, wow. 162 things to go through. Most of it's not. Oh, Blue Sky added private bookmarks. So you can privately save posts they want to reference later. That's nifty. I'll mark that. Why not? It might or might not make it in the show. Amazon buys a stake in Rappi. Maybe. These are a lot of maybes. There's a lot of like, maybe tomorrow I'll find that even more intriguing. Maybe I won't. Gemini app expands to audio files. Search can handle 5 new languages, and Notebook LM has quizzes. That's kind of nice. Chinese hackers, Lisbon, EchoStar. You know, I left the EchoStar SpaceX Spectrum sale out of Daily Tech News Show today because it just felt like there wasn't much you could do with that. Like, yeah, I guess Starlink will get a little more useful. And EchoStar now has a little more money, and EchoStar definitely won't get into the mobile phone race, but then we kind of knew that. So I'm like, well, the big takeaway is, good afternoon, Eclay. The big takeaway is that EchoStar isn't going to be in the mobile phone race in the U.S., which people outside the U.S. don't care about, and we kind of already knew, so I left it out. Vodafone testing an AI actor to sell its products. Oh, are they? Michael Caine coming out of retirement. Eileen was telling me about that earlier. I already ditched my lawn. I didn't get paid $7 a square foot to do it. I did it too early. Release schedule for Only Murders in the Building. Walter Kong got promoted at Blizzard. Okay. Lamar Jackson regrets shoving a fan. I would regret it too. There's a lot of stuff. Fall release dates. The new fall TV schedule. I used to get so excited about the new fall TV schedule. I'd buy all the TV guide. Well, there was just one, but every year I'd buy it. Brendan Donovan, Prince William. Okay. Yep. That's that. So then for Cord Killers, I think I did this already. Did I put the YouTube stuff? YouTube, yep, 17.3 million. Okay, great. I can drop that. Ooh, Critters. Yes. I definitely want to include that. So if you didn't hear on DTNS, OpenAI creative specialist making a movie to premiere at Cannes next year, made with AI, not entirely with AI. I'm going to put this in the search party. You know what? I'm going to put it up at the top because Brian loves to talk about AI generated stuff. A creative specialist at the company Oh, I'm doing it in the wrong one. You're still seeing that. Hold on. And then I need to get the link to OpenAI backs AI-made feature film. It's an animated film. We don't have virtual actors for it yet. There we go. Okay. What else you got? Oh, Knives Out trailer. Okay. Yep. That's interesting. First time TV networks. Okay, these are all like, these are evergreen topics, as you can see, because it's 28 days old. All right, NFL tackles linear TV with every game available online this season. And in a side note, Deadline notes that for the first time this year, every NFL game will be available online somehow. And 20 games can only be found online. Put simply, no one streamer has the full package. You won't need cable to watch a game. All right, so let's take that link and put it next to the YouTube 17.3 million. And in a side note, everybody needs a side note. Everybody remember the T-Mobile Sidekick commercials? All right, then trailer for Knives Out. Netflix has released the trailer for Ryan Johnson's Wake Up Dead Man, the third installment in the Knives Out series, limited release in theaters on November 6th, coming to Netflix. I'm just going to copy those notes over, because that's really all you need to know. I'll watch the trailer later. I don't want to get a takedown notice. All right, there we go. Now we've updated Card Killers. Card Killers. What am I going to put in there as the thing I watched? So last week I did Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. A week before that I did Prisoner of Beauty. Wednesday. Those are the things I'm watching another Chinese drama, but I think it's too early. Star Trek Strange. Oh man, everything I'm watching. I guess I could just update Wednesday. I've been talking about Strange New Worlds way too much. I can't talk about that. Wednesday. Netflix. I'll just bring it back again. Why not? Oh yeah, Cliff Singer? Cliff Singer says his wife started watching Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. Did she just find it on her own, or did you pass along the word? Because it's got a lot of buzz, so I wouldn't be shocked. I have finished Wednesday. Yeah, I haven't watched Knives Out 2 yet either, Larry. All right, so there you go. That is Cord Killers off my list. Not a lot to do on that one. Okay, now to the writing. Actually, I'm going to stop that and start this. Oh, man. I'm going to update you on the book Synced. Anybody doesn't already know, the book Synced, the publisher went bankrupt, which really sucks for all of us. It means those who pre-ordered it won't get it from them. I have gotten a hold of people's contact info, whatever contact info they gave Unbound. And then I am working on copy editing Synced so that I can send at least a digital copy to everyone. All right. So let's see if we can do a little. This is one of the things I'm doing. So one of the things I'm doing is just going through and letting it note like, hey, is that right? Is that right? Does that look right? And then I fix stuff. So I'm at chapter 25, page 144 of 262 in my very slow progress. Also, it was a British publisher, so they changed all the Z's to S's. And I'm changing them back, even though I kind of like the S's, honestly. So, Bob Kahn. Yeah, still entertaining. MTJ, you like Knives Out too? Elizabeth Feinler, add that. And what I try to do is just do a little bit of this every day. And then once I get through doing these easy fixes, then I'm going to have to go do a pass through the whole thing. But this way I can make some progress every day. I feel like Grammarly is not showing up. I like to have Grammarly as an assist. Turn Grammarly, turn off. Well, don't turn it off. I want it on. I feel like I'm only getting Copilot's suggestions here. Ah, there we go. Now they're showing up. Principal designer. And this is the yeah, this is a quote. So I'm only going to change punctuation in a quote, Grammarly. I'm not going to change how they talked. This is the domain name system chapter. It's not terribly stunning to watch me do this, is it? I don't know if I'll do this most of the time, but I do need to knock out a tiny bit of it anyway, so I figure I'll do a little bit. I'll try to do more later. I feel like the suggestions went away again. I'm comma blind. I don't know if any of the rest of you suffer from this affliction where I don't see where commas need to go. I know instinctually where they go when I speak, and I don't tend to add them when I write. It's a failing of mine since I was a young child. Well, maybe the commas are all accurate here. It's exiting, Larry. Just watched the first season of Wednesday again. I finished Wednesday really fast. 2 episodes the day it came out, 2 episodes the day after that. I liked Gaga. I liked Gaga's little cameo. She was good. And I didn't realize I was hearing the world premiere of a song when it showed up, because she now released the song that was in the soundtrack for Wednesday as a single. I don't know if this is working. .fr. .fr is a real thing. You know what I do sometimes is I'll introduce. So what is the DNS? And then I'll see. Does it catch that? That should be a question. Oh, it did. Okay, so it's working. Is this chapter just really clean? 1989? That should not stay. Yeah, it's not. This is not a good demo for Grammarly. I may not be able to do much with this. This is one of those things that has been happening lately, and I don't know why. Here, I'll just put a couple extra spaces. See, it should flag that. It flagged that instead. Yeah. Okay. And now it's starting to flag stuff. It hears me talking about it. This is why editing is tedious. How's the stress levels since leaving Twit? That was 11 years ago? Did this message get lost in time? Essentially, it's the system when you want a Google search. Yeah, see? It's like flagging something when I make a change, but it's just not flagging everything else. Yeah, maybe it was in USPS. Message in a bottle. Don't worry, somebody will come in and ask me about CNET shortly. It'll make you feel more current. Where'd Kate go? Know a little more. Why is that highlighted yellow? That's just weird. That should just be up to date. Thank you, Clinton. You're doing the world a service. I'm sure Paul feels better now. Stay a while and listen. All right, so I'm going to have to go back over this chapter. I have a feeling. I just don't think it's showing me everything, but there you go. That is a really bad example of me editing that. Then we also have the girl at the bottom of the lake. I don't know if I'll do this one right now, but just as a little tease, stop screen. Give me the girl at the bottom of the lake, please. So this is the novel that is being serialized at freetomnewsletter.com if you pay. It's free for all the non-novel stuff. But, some people like to just... Basically, this happened because people were just starting to pay for the Substack because I turned that on. And I was like, well, if you're going to pay, I need to give you something. So I started serializing novels. This is the third one I'm doing. It's The Girl at the Bottom of the Lake. And I basically do the same thing, just going through and cleaning it up. And then chapter by chapter, these go up on the Substack. I'm editing chapter 38. I think I just posted like chapter 13 or 14 or 12, something like that. So I'm well ahead in the editing of this. But if you go to freetomnewsletter.com, you can get it if you really want it. I really wish changing how I share screens was faster. But here we go. freetomnewsletter.com. Chapter 15, The Girl at the Bottom of the Lake. There it is. And then if you start paying for the Substack, you get links in there to the earlier chapters. So it's not like, well, you're already chapter 15. I'm going to be behind. You can go back and catch up. And also there are other things in the archive from previous. Let's see if I can find them real quick. Yeah. There's chapter 82 of Hungry Earth. So yeah. I think I can mark writing off the list. Yes, we've been kicking around in the Discord how we're going to cover the Apple announcement tomorrow, and I am open to requests about this sort of thing. Basically, what Joe and Amos and Roger and I have talked about is having a small version of the video up and then the audio in the background so that we can all hear it. But I don't want the audio up too much because people may be watching it on their own. So how much commentary do you like? I'm wondering if a live stream is even what you want or if it's just Discord commentary. Like that might be better. Just have the audio streaming in the Discord and then we just comment in the Discord. But we're going to try doing a video stream this time with Terrence and Nika. That way we can get some impressions immediately afterwards. I I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious how this is going to go and what kind of thing you guys like. Seemed like when we did the Pixel announcement, the people watching live enjoyed it quite a bit, but the on-demand people didn't love it as much. So maybe that'll be true of this as well. Zoe says, I have no plans to get a new phone, but they always enjoy the autumn announcement. We usually get 2. Not always. Yeah. You should treat it like a football game and talk between the plays. Is there enough space between the plays? Like, I get what you're saying, E-Clay, but it's almost like there's not enough space. But maybe we just don't talk a lot during the announcement. Yeah, let Mystery Science Theater 3000 be your guide. So we should just be little shadows. Little shadows up there. Have I written a screenplay? I've never actually, you know what? I sort of have. Well, Sawyer the dog wrote a screenplay called Chew Hard that I helped him format. And I've written stage plays, actually, with a friend of mine, Russ Pitts. But I've never written a screenplay that I seriously meant to submit anywhere. Oh, reminds you of Stieg Larsson, AA Ambassador Domo. Nice. Reverb Mike likes the live commentary. Yeah, I know a lot of people do. Some people don't, and that's fine. You go just listen to, you know what you can do if you don't like hearing us talk over the announcement at all, go listen to the Apple announcement, then come back to our live stream for the breakdown afterwards. Sawyer was much better with the use of commas, Zoe. Absolutely. And Larry, yeah, those things will be recorded for playback later, but they tend not to be very popular with people. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Almost lost my mouse there for a second. All right. Back to the feeds. You know, the feeds never die. Deep Fission goes, what is this? It has gone public in a reverse merger. That's a SPAC. What does SPAC stand for? Special Acquisition Corporation. Special Product Acquisition. Anyway, a SPAC is when you create a company and you IPO it at a very low amount. It trades for virtually nothing. Sometimes you buy a company that's not worth anything anymore just to get its stock ticker. And then you hold it with the business plan of merging it into another company so that company can go instantly public. It's a way to avoid having to do all the things that you need to do in order to IPO. For the longest time, The Verge had a SPAC that it was going to go public with someday, and then they ended up not doing that and they closed the SPAC. So it doesn't always work. That's why if you know a SPAC is there for a company, it's a gamble to buy it. It doesn't cost a lot, but it may not ever pan out. So anyway, Deep Fission announced Monday. It has gone public. And it is a fission reactor. So this isn't a fusion. Fusion is the one that's in development and would have fewer side effects than fission. Fission's the one that's like, you know, Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and other many safer versions of nuclear reactors. But it's the traditional nuclear reactor you think of from The Simpsons. The startup is proposing to build small cylindrical nuclear power plants and lower them into 30-inch diameter holes drilled 1 mile down into the earth. Those are very small. By burying the reactors, the company hopes to solve several problems that plague current reactors, including concerns over meltdowns and potential terrorist attacks. 15 megawatt reactors cooled using pressurized water. Inked a deal with a data center developer to build 2 gigawatts of underground reactors. They've been attempting to raise money. And then Surfside Acquisition was priced at $3 a share. And the new entity will retain the Deep Fission name, though its shares aren't yet trading. It says it intends to quote on the OTC, the over-the-counter. And the timing suggests Deep Fission wasn't able to raise cash from new or existing shareholders who first capitalized the company. This was a way they weren't getting the next round of funding, but they didn't want to close up shop. Proceeds of the merger give the startup a bit more runway than its ill-fated seed round. It also imposes SEC reporting for a small company operating in a very expensive sector. Deep Fission is hoping to start its first reactor by July 2026. That's a risky move in lots of ways. Its tech has to work, which it could. It's not like as crazy as it might sound. It has to keep its customers. It's got customers signed up, so it's got to keep its customers and sign up more. And then it has to make these go online and start making money. That's fascinating. Nuclear startup Deep Fission. Keep that one in your head. Prime Video becomes streaming home to Sony Pictures and Roadshow movies in Australia. Okay, that's a distribution deal. Brendan Donovan has a Tuesday rehab assignment. All right. That's the news. Don't eat three-eyed fish. Yeah, Apple TV Plus just went up $3 a month unless you bundle it. If you buy Apple TV Plus as part of an Apple One subscription, it did not go up. Also, if you buy a year, it did not go up. It only went up for its monthly solo. Special purpose. Thank you, MTJ. Special purpose acquisition companies. So after the Apple stream, we'll do a little breakdown with Nika and Terrence and Sarah and me. And then I will jump over to Jason Howell to record Daily Tech News Show, which will come out a little later tomorrow. Is LinkedIn that far behind, Paolo? Paolo jumped over to the LinkedIn stream. Does it really have that much of a delay? You know what I need to be better about is looking at Joe and Bill and Bach and Howard. They're over in the Patreon. See, StreamYard doesn't show me the Patreon comments yet. So it's good to see y'all over there. These are the future of data center power. Yeah. You matter the most. Well, patrons matter the most. I know there's some patrons over here too. I'm not on Discord. Should I be? Yeah, Zoe just confirmed LinkedIn is far behind. Patreon gives the lowest latency. Really, Howard? That's interesting. Go from LinkedIn to Patreon and you'll feel like you're in a time warp. Oh, for tomorrow. Yeah. We'll be in Discord tomorrow. Fred, that makes sense for sure. I didn't think for office hours it mattered, but I can always change that. It's easy enough. It's just one more thing for me to keep track of. That's all. And the fewer things I have to keep track of, the fewer things I mess up. So I need to make my Simply recipes. That's not what I wanted. Go away. I need to make my fantasy baseball post. It's the playoffs, you know. It is, we are in the second round of the fantasy baseball playoffs. You know what? I am going to have to go get my, phone because I need to log in to Simple Note and it will send it to that phone. So hold on. I'll be right back. Those are baseball players. They play baseball. Yes, I need a full screen of my desk that I can screenshot. Cloning me doesn't seem like a great idea. I don't know. That's a good point, Clay. All right. So, we've sent a code to your email address. This is the silliness. So the code that it sent was to an email address that I wasn't logged into on my Pixel phone. And if I logged in, it was going to send a login code for that email to the iPhone. I need to fix that. All right. Oh, no, really? That's start over. Log in with email. We've sent a code. All right, now they're going to send another code. Hey, at least I know it's secure, right? They would never inconvenience me and still allow a way for a hacker to get in, right? Right? And now I'm not getting the code. We've sent a code. The code will be valid for a few minutes. Just a few minutes less than it takes for it to get to you. I mean, really? Did you send it? Because I'm not sure you did. I don't want to cast aspersions, but I'm looking. And I'm not a seeing. Let's try again. Login failed. Please try again. Does technology ever make you want to tear your hair out? You too? Really? Matt Schultz is like, I barely noticed the ads in YouTube for the football game. Well, I'm not talking about you having to watch ads. I'm talking about you having to pay for an extra service. But okay. All right. I'll put that in the DTNS Daily Show emails. Oh, I have some chocolate bars coming soon. Yeah, so it's definitely not sending me the code. Maybe I won't. Please, why don't you just say the name of the movie you would like to see? I am not. You know, Simple Note does this all the time, where it logs itself out. Is it logged out on Chrome, though? It logs itself out on Simple Note. It logs itself out on Firefox. Yeah, it logged itself out on Chrome, too. This is what real work is like, isn't it? Just constant problems. Okay. I've submitted another login request. Maybe this one will come. It is British chocolate. It is it's not British chocolate, it's American chocolate. It is Alter Echo. Alter Echo brown butter dark chocolate. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do this right now, sadly. I will show you Alter Echo. They do some like sustainability and stuff, which is nice, but I'll be honest, we just buy it because it's delicious. So there it is. 70% cacao, brown butter, organic, dark chocolate, and it's just really good. I've had their other chocolates, which are also fine, but this one, crazy good. Where's their warehouse? Oh, no, that's just wholesale. Yeah. Anyway, brown butter. Oh, it is. You know, Zoe said it better be better than your average American chocolate. You're thinking Hershey's. There is a lot of very good chocolate in the United States of America. But if you're thinking Hershey's, then you're probably not realizing that. Hurry before the rates go up. Oh my gosh, and my Tavala meals just got delivered. It's chaos, I tell you, chaos. All right, now I got the code. Let's see if it works. All right, here we go. Logging in. Hooray! Now I can do my... So the scores, oh, that's the current scores because the period just started. Who's... Yeah, don't think of Hershey's. So Bombay came from behind in the last 2 days to upend hopes that Toledo would continue its playoff run in honor of Jeff Macedo. Finished the match 6-4 to beat Toledo and move on to face Boston for the NABA championship. Bombay at Boston. In the WBL, Manhattan and Hollywood finished tied 6-6. However, Hollywood won the season series and so advances to the WBL final to play Forest Park. These are our playoffs, by the way. So it's Hollywood at Forest Park. This week, the first round of the Mondale Cup competition begins with Scottsdale at Baltimore. Baltimore is my team. And East Bay at Queens. Don't forget, the winners of the consolation brackets improve their draft picks. So we have the championship, but we also have consolation rounds. And if you win the consolation rounds, you get a better draft pick the next year. So there you go. It's a fast... Let's see, who was it? Bombay and Hollywood advance. It's like movie power. The Bombay Rickshawallas and the Hollywood Hookers. The Forest Park Fireballs and the Boston Bullets. Hershey's chocolate, known as plastic to some. The Hollywood team is named after people who hook rugs. They make rugs. And the Bombay team is run by a professor who specializes in Indian history. Hence the Rickshawala full name. And Bombay, not Mumbai. Interestingly, that's a whole thing that I don't even understand. All righty. That kind of finishes the to-do list that I can do. What else you got? How many bug parts do you get in Alter Echo chocolate? It's below the FDA limit. And the rat parts. Stealth Dave, we were discussing the Fantasy Blurns Ball. Historically, my track record in fantasy baseball has been up and down. I've had a long fallow period of late, but I have won the championship 3 times since we started this league in 1984. So not a lot. I don't remember when my last... Let's see. Can you go to league history? Is it league history? Yes, league history. Here we go. League champions. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, yeah. Okay. So my most recent victory championship was 2009. It's been a minute. And I also won. Oh, I guess I only won it twice. 1988. It doesn't have the 84 stuff in here. Huh. Weird. I think it got cut off. Bugs are just free protein. That's so true. All right. Before I get out of here today, tomorrow I'll go the full hour. Oh, wait. Hold on. Clinton needs help. Clinton says, shopping online for something. First color choice is coal black. Second color choice is black coal. And yes, they're different. What? So if I had to guess, coal black is darker? No. I don't know. I'm going to say coal black is darker than black coal. Yeah, we actually Jedi KV, our fantasy league is a keeper league. So we the draft picks don't really have as much of an effect as they used to, and people have been trying to propose rule changes to get around that. Cole Black, the country singer. It's actually multicolor and the colors are swapped. Okay, interesting. GPEG, Clinton is in, Cole Black sounds like an old jazz singer, that too. Clinton is in the YouTube chat, hence the little red YouTube play button, whereas you are in the Twitch chat, hence the little Twitch logo. Yeah, they're AI-assisted drafts. In fact, CBS Sports had an AI-assisted lineup maker for a while before ChatGPT ever came out, and then they got rid of it. I actually liked it. Thought it was pretty good. So anyway, before I get out of here, Zoe, did you want me to do a desk tour? Maybe I'd do a desk tour or a shelf tour. I feel like I've done those before. What would you rather see? What's on my desk, or like me explain something behind me? Vantical. Now we get into intellectual property violations. Floor tour. Yeah, that's just going to be dog hair. My tiny desk tour. Wall tour. Is there a wall that's interesting? Actually, I don't think we've done the shelf of junk. You want to do the shelf of junk? Could I put up the old TNT background? I don't know. I've probably got it around here somewhere. All right. then I will add an extra camera. If I remove myself, you won't be able to hear me. So I need to make it like that, but then there we go. Okay. So that's a Polaroid camera next to that ridiculously bright light strip. And then we have a Current Geek. We have a Current Geek shot glass, a towel, one of these old adapters, computer TV adapters, my grandpa's bicentennial Falstaff can that he opened to drink the beer from the bottom, so the top would appear sealed. It's my grandma's rosary, picture of my grandma with Eileen from way back in the day. Coin collection, sound gizmo, earphone cases. That is a floppy thing. An original model Roku. Radio Shack computer tape. These are the Mattel things that I did the top 5 about. Some old in-ear monitors. An Ouya that I occasionally pull out. Tascam headphones, spare headphones, some Seraphim CDs. Oh yeah, this is when it gets down to CDs. Some old drives, and then lots of CDs. This is, it's all software here, and then CDs down there. So there you go. Where's the drawer? Everything I grab when I have an item within reach is in one of these shelves, including that one. So when I grabbed the Roku, now you know where it came from. It came from right there, or the Mattel stuff. That shelf is a CD. Is it a CD or DVD shelf? I think it's a CD shelf that Eileen and I bought. I don't remember where we bought it. May have been at Bus Van, which is no longer in business. I wish I had an OS2 Warp install. I have a Windows 98. It's probably the oldest thing I have. Some old Mac OS. And those are music CDs. Yeah. Yeah. The whole room is a bag. I'm inside the bag of holding, if you want to think of it that way. I'm open to more tours. I just don't know how interesting it is. I loved OS2 Warp. I wanted OS2 Warp to catch on. It is hard to find a good shelf. So I've got that one. And then the other shelf of junk over there is actually my old childhood bookcase when I was like 4 years old. I think they bought it at a store. I can't tell you which store. Maybe a Kmart. Who knows? It's possible somebody made it though. But I remember there were 2 of them. This one and one that my sister had. Mine was blue. My sister's was pink because it was the 70s. And then I repainted this one green a long time ago. In fact, I think I repainted it green in the 90s. I've had that shelf along with me for quite a while. It's followed me down to Texas and then over to California and San Francisco and down to LA. You have to be really hard-headed to keep stuff for that long. All right, shall we take one more look at the news, see if anything breaks right before I want to leave? The Legend of Troy explained. His name was Troy Crouch, and he was a great guy. Chat control must be stopped. Chat control must be stopped? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Looks maxing. Great. Dell CFO McGill stepping down. Yeah, there's not a lot of news the day before an Apple announcement, honestly. So that's what you get. Breaking news, I just landed from Edinburgh, says Nate Langston. I appreciate this news is more exciting to my wife, but I just got the Twitch notification you were live. It's good to know. It's good to know. I'm glad you landed safely and you escaped the maw of Edinburgh. That something that I'm not sure Andrew Heaton has done yet. So, Clay Thomason talking about the shelves following me suspects it might be possessed. You know, I'm not going to say it's not. Is everything located in a way you can immediately find it? I go through stuff often enough that I sort of remember where everything is, but no. It's not organized. Do we know how many DTNSers will be at Nerdtacular? No, I sure don't. But I'm going to say as many as I possibly can. See, there's a problem, though, is that BTS's yearly birthday is June 13th. And it's a big one next year. So I'm pretty sure Eileen's not going to be there. But I'm looking forward to it. I wish it was on a different weekend, though. But, you know, I know how hard it is to get that stuff organized and pick a weekend. So I ain't complaining. Bill Russell wrote, hot singles in your area? Then wrote, that question was meant to be during your email browsing. Sorry. Those always go to spam, I think. I don't really look. Maybe Nate Langston would like to come over next June for a Nerdtacular. Oh, Badfink, it's your birthday weekend? That's awesome. All right, that's going to do it for office hours today. These office hours I know are like super cash, super informal. If anybody's like, you know, I wish you'd do this, I wish you'd do that, shoot me a Discord message, shoot me feedback at dailytechnewsshow.com. And yes, Clinton, I think you should get the black coat with the coal sleeves, not the coal coat with the black sleeves. Okay? That's my thought to you. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. This is fun.